Okay, let's apply some of these things that we just talked about. I'll put my highlighter back on. So I want to list the terms in this expression. The expression is the whole thing, but the terms are 3a, b, and 13c. Remember, terms can be just numbers or pronumerals by themselves. Here's the list, or they can be a combination. So state the coefficient of each of these pronumerals. The coefficient is the number in front. So the coefficient of 3a is 3. What's the coefficient of b? Well, it's actually 1. That's a 1. And 13c, the coefficient is 13. I can't tell you how important that word is. Give an example of an expression with exactly two terms, one of which is a constant term. Now, there is a new idea. A constant term is something that doesn't change. So let's go with a term. Let's steal one from above. We know that we'll move it a bit. We'll call it 3xy. So that's one term. And it's an expression, so I'm going to put an operation in there. And then a constant. A constant is something that doesn't change, so it's going to be a number. It doesn't have any pronumerals. It doesn't stand for anything that can vary. That's a constant. You can put any number in there. I could put another constant term being 123. It could be literally any number. Let's put 1. That's a constant term. Now, again, here we're writing expressions for each of the following. So, for A, 5 more than k is going to be k plus 5. 3 less than m is going to be m less the 3, m minus 3. The sum of a and b, now we got to remember what sum is. Sum is adding. So the sum of a and b is a plus b. It's not going to be ab because that's going to give us a product. They'll be multiplied together. If I want to double the value of x, it will be x. Let me write it this way first. X times 2. What? Well, what's an x and what's a times? You know what? In algebra, we're not even going to write it like that. That's crazy talk. Double of x is 2 times x. When we put two things together like that, they will be multiplied. So 2 times x is that 2x. The product of c and d is c times d, because it's a product, but now we're talking the land of algebra. So instead, we're going to write cd. Could we write dc? You bet we could. I just don't feel like it. Example 3, again, we're going to write an expression for each of the following without using the multiplication or divide signs. Naughty. So p is halved, then 4 is added. So p times a half, let me show you this, it's actually p over 1. Multiply p times 1 and I get p. Just 1p, of course, that's what it says. And 2 times 1, I get 2. Look at that. So if I'm going to have something, if I'm going to divide it in half, really, I can just put that over 2, and, you know, half is Larry. And then I add 4 plus 4. The sum, what do we think of with sum? Sum is adding of x and y, and then that sum is divided by 7. So let's get it together. The sum of x and y is x plus y. Okie dokie. And then we have to divide it by 7. I wonder if I can use this idea for that. So x plus y divided by 7, sum of x and y, there we go, divided by 7. There we go. Now the sum of x and 1/7 of y, so we want x plus, so I'm not using these symbols, so I'm still allowed to use plus. Let's see, 1/7 of y, if I did this idea, then 1/7 of y would be y, that's a y, divided by 7. And finally, 5 is subtracted from k, and the result of that is tripled. So, k minus 5. So I've subtracted 5 from k. And whatever that is, I want to triple it. So, I'm going to put my 3 in the front, because that means 3 times whatever that's going to come out to be. Now, it's not wrong to do this, but it just doesn't really look like we normally write in algebra. So I would suggest you put that 3 in the front, and now we've tripled the result of k with 5 subtracted from it. Now, have a good time.